It's week 9 of the NFL, and we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's going to be a good one on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the state of New Mexico in the high desert city of Albuquerque. Hello again, everybody. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. And, Charles, let's do some breaking down of this Albuquerque club as they enter play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to them.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man out of NC State.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
A give to Pollard running left. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And on now is the punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. When you look at this defense, and they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now they'll run it on the taunts. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And on the first drive, 3-and-out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 21 carries, 101 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Now third down and 7. They'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fielded just inside the 20. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently second in the NFL in passing yards. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they're on the first or second seed come playoff time.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
12 more yards there and another first down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. But you look at this defense, we know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll look to throw here. It's caught. Mitchell. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Reeves. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Pollard, he'll take it up the gut. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. First down, and it's Pollard again. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game.
At the 20-yard line.
They'll send Mitchell in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Back to throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as you see on the graphic, he's right up there with the best in the league when it comes to throwing touchdowns. Currently 2nd in the NFL at this point of the season. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, That's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be at the end today, but we also know.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. With that, he matches his receiving yards from a week ago. We still have more than a half of football to play. It's a first down. Back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for them in with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
Well, the Albuquerque offense out to take over now. They're starting to put some space here. You know, the first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell. 12 yards there and a first down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Richards. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. 49 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Here's a give up the middle. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Looking to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
A gain of 9 yards. Result is a first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 8.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Richards. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
One more go for this offense in the first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
3rd and 2.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime.
Inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And they love to find different ways to get into the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
2nd and 6.
They'll set up a throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
So they decide not to back him up. They want the down. An interesting call there, as it'll lead to 4th down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Reeves. And he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw here. He finds his man complete. That's Richards. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it second down.
And 7 at the 39-yard line.
They'll look to throw here.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Mullins. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He was over 100 receiving last week. He's over 100 now this week as he's got a first down as well. Now they try the right side here.
Taken down at the 30.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. He'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Second down and a yard. Option play. Here's Pollard.
And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Right back to him on first down.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Completion good for 14 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll drop to throw.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
At the 47-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On play action, they'll throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Running right, it's Pollard.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 15. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing
Automatic
in.
first down.
Absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Pollard again.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mullins. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. Result is a 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Mullins. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This will be play number 7 on the drive, 3rd and a yard. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll look to throw again.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now back to throw.
That is caught.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. From 3 yards out, and his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
So 4th quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So that drive, 12 plays in length. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 97 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Pollard again. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this, saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. To the sideline and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They'll set up a throw.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Now 3rd down and very long.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
So it's a win for the home side, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.
So for Albuquerque, a loss would have really hurt, but as it stands, it's an important win as they move to 3-5 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.